I've seen a couple preseason matches, and the expert that I am, I've come to a realization on a couple of players who I believe are prime for a breakout season. A couple players who I'd like to say are ready to go crazy next season. Now, obviously, this is just my opinion. I mean, take all this with a grain of salt, but I would consider myself a professional, so there's a lot of validity in what I have to say. Number one, Michael Olise. I don't know, there's just something about Michael Olise that you know what I'm saying, is just really, really aesthetically pleasing to watch. I really like the guy. I get a good vibe from the guy, you know what I'm saying? His aura is crazy. He's got one of those magical left foots. And all last season in Crystal Palace, him and Eze, they just wowed me, you know what I'm saying? And now he's earned himself a move to Bayern Munich. Chances are, what am I talking about? I was going to say chances are they're going to win another title, but judging from last season's blunder, I don't know anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anymore. It used to be a done deal in the past that if you moved to Bayern Munich, you were going to win a Bundesliga title. You're going to win something, but now, not so much, maybe. But yeah, Michael Olise, you know, I'm watching him in the Olympics right now. He's him and some other guy who's also on this list are going kind of crazy. So that leads me to believe that he's gonna go crazy next season as well. Historically, players who go to Bayern Munich will also go crazy. But yeah, Michael Olise, number two, and this guy is not talked about enough, I feel like. Well, mainly because he was overshadowed by that one kid last season. But yeah, that's Noni Madueke. Now, Madueke is kind of weird to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't like him so much last season. I felt like he was, how do I say, overconfident? Is that even a word? Because of course you want your player to be confident, but I feel like he was just jumping the gun, you know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. It's really hard for me to put it to words, but he would do things that a guy who was like the best player on the team or running the team would do when I didn't feel like he was that guy. I think he thought he was that guy before he became that guy, and I believe next season he could become that guy. You feel me? So obviously, like I said, he was overshadowed by Cole Palmer, who went crazy for Chelsea, you know what I'm saying? And Noni Madueke, he was always confident in himself, you know what I'm saying? He was always willing to try what you wouldn't deem a smart like move. I don't know how to explain it, but like Cole Palmer was doing that. Madueke had to take a back seat into the Cole Palmer show. But I think after seeing him, you know, the past season and also some of the stuff that I've been seeing from him from these preseason friendlies, Noni Madueke is ripe for a breakout season next season. So here's to him. Number three, Jean-Philippe Mateta. So obviously he's got an awesome name. Obviously he's French. So what do I think about Jean-Philippe Mateta? I think he's got that magic, bruh. And this is another thing that's hard for me to surmise into words that make sense to you. I'm a guy who believes in a lot of the non-scientific, you know what I'm saying, spiritual type bullshit. But I think Mateta has that, bro. I was watching him towards the end of the season for Crystal Palace, and he was scoring hat tricks, and he just seemed like he got it. You know what I'm saying? He got the juice. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he was just, somebody was saying, this guy, you know, he's up next. He really was coming off as if he was up next. He's a different kind of player. He's like super tall and lanky, you know what I'm saying? But you could tell he's got some strength to him, and he's also very coordinated. You could tell he could finish the ball very well. And also he's doing pretty well in the Olympics that I'm watching as of now. But yeah, Jean-Philippe Mateta, he's ripe to go crazy next season. Number four, and this is a guy who's known for going crazy in seasons in the past. This is Erling Haaland. Like, I debated whether or not to add him to this list anyways, just because of the fact that he's Haaland, you know what I'm saying? At any point, there's a possibility that he could go crazy. But I've been seeing him preseason. He looks like he's put on some mass, you know what I'm saying? While all his other compatriots were playing in the Euros and, you know what I'm saying, internationally, he, of course, because he's Norwegian, he was at home. He wasn't doing that. So I guess maybe while he was at home, he's been hitting the weights, but you could definitely tell that he's put on some mass, some muscle. I could tell that he has. So what happens when this guy who's already a monster, you know what I'm saying, he was already bullying Premier League defenders, puts on even more muscle mass? Yo, what's he trying to do? You know what I'm saying? He's obviously very serious about his game. He's obviously very serious, and Haaland is just a hungry. He really wants it, bro. He's very aggressive, and at any point, if all the stars align and everything goes to plan, Haaland could have another 30+ plus scoring season in the Premier League, bro. It's like he's hungry for goals. He just has to have suppliers. Speaking of suppliers, the next guy I feel like is going to go somewhat crazy is Savio. Obviously, he just signed for Manchester City. Oh my God, I love players like Savio, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just love it. Like, I love players like Riyad Mahrez, just those tricky lefties, you know what I'm saying, who are all about the sauce. Savio's got that Brazilian flair maxed out. He's got the sauce. I see him. I love watching him. He's tricky. He's elegant. You know what I'm saying? He's just very exciting to watch. And I hope he gets the opportunities to showcase all that he's got. You know what I'm saying? He seems like a very electrifying, just exciting, you know what I'm saying, fun to watch player, bro. Savio. Let's see what he got going on, bro. Next, Mbappe. Yeah, so weird addition to this list, of course, Mbappe. You know, he signed for Real Madrid, which is not a surprise to anyone. But at this point, there's so much attacking threats in Real Madrid. It's just, what's going on with Real Madrid right now, bro? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Mbappe, you know, he's going to go get his. Unlike Haaland, who I feel like all the stars have to align. The supply has to be there. Mbappe can create for himself, you know what I'm saying? And now I feel like, I honestly, you know what I'm saying, I think he's going to have an easy time in Real Madrid. He should, you know, he really should have an easier time. I don't know how he's going to fit into that system, but the one thing I do know is that Mbappe will find goals, you know what I'm saying? He will find goals, or he'll make it himself, because he's good like that. He really is. But yeah, Mbappe should have an easy time, you know what I'm saying, next season, just going crazy. But yeah. And finally, this one, you may or may not agree. This is very subjective, because I really like this guy. I really think that he's a special player. Everything about him is very attractive to me. Pause, no homo. And that's Joshua Zirkzee. I don't know, man. You know, this game is very subjective, especially when it comes to players' play style. Some might think this guy looks and plays better than that guy. You know what I'm saying? People have different favorites. Your favorite player might be different to my favorite player and the next guy. And when it comes to these up-and-coming youngsters or whatever, Joshua Zirkzee just stands out to me. Something about this guy just is very special. And, you know what I'm saying, I like his playing style. He's obviously, like, he's like 6'4", you know what I'm saying? He's a Dutch player, and I don't know what position he's going to be playing, but I hope that they find something very suitable for him. And that Manchester United team next season is going to be very interesting, because boy, oh boy, what they added, a defender, you know what I'm saying? They added him. I don't really know what position he's going to be playing. I really, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are disappointed with Højlund. Are they disappointed with Højlund? Because people were saying that Højlund wasn't getting the service that he needed or deserved. But then I saw him in a Euro, and he was missing opportunities, and now I'm getting to think that maybe Højlund isn't as clinical, you know what I'm saying, as he's touted to be, as he should be. Make no mistake, I guess the comparisons are with Haaland. Højlund, Haaland. Their names kind of sound similar. He's Danish, the other one's Norwegian, Scandinavian. They're both big, 163, 164, blonde. Yeah, the comparisons are there to be made. But make no mistake, Haaland is much more clinical, and he's a better poacher. You could take Højlund and put him into the Manchester City system, and he'd still probably wouldn't put up the numbers that Haaland did. He'd put up a lot of numbers, but not quite to what Haaland did. But Joshua Zirkzee is the guy that I'm looking out for most in that Manchester United team next season. He's really excited, and I really, you know, I like the guy on a personal level too. He obviously likes American culture. I saw an interview with him. He was talking about Kobe. He was talking about, you know what I'm saying, liking sneakers and music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he likes rap and hip hop and all that junk. So yeah, I really wish the best for that guy, and I hope he goes crazy. He should go crazy, because he's very athletic, and you know what I'm saying, he's, from the looks of it, he's pretty good at finishing. So yeah, it's been your boy, and I'll see you in the next one.